We already have mentioned the UAE momentum, 2-5 to start with, 5-2 after that. So they're on a roll. The middle overs batting, middle overs bowling as well, a little similar to Bangalore, as well as the death bowling. But I think overall, Ajay, the bowling itself is something that's been their key. They're bowling first today. They've got the two mystery spinners. They've got Shakib Al Hasan to back them up. And someone like Shivam Mavi suddenly has emerged as a match winner on his own.
Yeah, and the names that you gave, I mean, when they come on to bowl, what do you see the difference? I mean, I like Prasidh Krishna as well. And he had a role to play when it all started, him and Russell. The changes, Mavi's come in, has taken over from there. So when you got Lockie Ferguson coming, he's looking for wickets all the time. Both those mystery spinners that you talked about, they're not trying to play those restrictive roles alone. I mean, they're smarter guys, they understand, and they're used differently by Ian Morgan. So you've got 3 of the 5 only looking to command the game, not bring the game back. Whereas with RCB, you see Chahal comes into game only after 6 overs are done. So whatever's happened, he's only trying to either pull it back or things are going wrong. So you don't get the best out of them. Whereas with Calcutta, what you get seeing is these two mystery spinners, you're getting the best out of them. And with Lockie Ferguson, if Mavi plays his role, then it's all perfect for them. So, and that is why you have what your list showed. You bowl well in the middle. You don't have to bowl well at the back, because eventually, even if the opposition has had a great start, but you pull it back in the middle, at the end, they're already struggling. So that middle phase of bowling is what really makes a difference. And I feel middle stage, whether 7 to 11, 12, 13, no matter who's batting, it's somehow the approach of batsmen is such that they stop looking for boundaries. And suddenly they say, oh, we've got a great start, let's hold back. Exactly what Delhi did last night. They got off to such a great start. They send in Akshar Patel to do what? Play 10 balls. You want your best players to get those 10 balls in that stage, and then they can go out there and finish it. When you try and play these, matchup games, where if the opposition plays as well as they can, then the matchup doesn't work. So, KKR has played matchup, but I think they've played matchup pure cricket. They haven't changed personnel. They've asked them to play differently in different games. And that is how their bowling has probably been the most effective.
Something tells me, Michael, that Bangalore definitely won't pull off a Delhi. They're not going to be sending someone to consolidate. Something also tells me in that 7 to 15 phase, one man who's likely to be there at the crease, I mean, things could change, is Glenn Maxwell. And him against the spinners, that could be quite the matchup that'll almost determine where this innings goes.
Yeah, and I'll guarantee that Glenn Maxwell, when he first goes out there, will be facing Lockie Ferguson, because that's exactly what Owen Morgan will do. He'll save Lockie Ferguson for potentially Glenn Maxwell, because he knows that Glenn Maxwell is such a good striker of spinners, not so good against the real quality quicks. Owen Morgan himself, I wouldn't be surprised if Chahal comes in the 7th. I wouldn't be surprised if Morgan sends himself in as a left-hander to hit the leg spinner. He's got such a good record of doing that. But fundamentally, I'm with Ajay. The more you try to tinker, the more you confuse the issue. The more you start to overcomplicate the game. Yes, it's a complex game, cricket. There's many scenarios and many changes that you can happen. But generally, teams that stay consistent and get players playing those roles consistently are the teams that win major tournaments. And those that tinker all the time and manoeuvre players here, there and everywhere, they're almost searching for the right solution. So I'll wait and see how much tinkering happens today. But with both sides to have got to this to this stage so far, they've both played great cricket, both got players in form. It really it comes down to the day. It comes down to which individuals can stick their hands up and do something magic for the team.